Hey everybody, today I'd like to talk about doubt and my doubts with this project. Um, the reality is, for the most part, I am really stoked about the project and I do believe that I'll be able to complete it. But there are times, like right now, where in the past few days, where I do experience a lot of doubt about whether or not this is feasible, whether or not I'm going to be able to have the funding, whether I'm going to have the tenacity and the endurance to be able to pull off summits of the highest points in all the provinces and territories in Canada, especially because some of them are so remote. Um, at the moment, my main doubts come from the fact that 2 weekends ago I sustained a mild concussion. Now, the concussion is healing well, and for the most part, everything's been fine. I do have good days and bad days. I have times when I'm texting and suddenly I realize that what I've written is all the jumble of weird letters, and then I have to go back and fix it. But for the most part, everything has been okay. But the fact that I managed to get a concussion reminds me that I am not invulnerable and that things can happen. And with that, I've started to worry and wonder why I'm planning this, why I'm trying to do all of these things, why I think that I'm capable of it if, I could get a concussion. But the reality is, when you actually stop and look at it, I've already completed several of the eastern provinces. In fact, I've completed everything that was easy to get to. Um, and a couple that were not. And I'm in the midst of planning two for next year. I'd like to do my summit of Mount Columbia next year if possible, with a couple of friends, and that's going to be a partial ski approach, and then it'll be on foot. And I need to go back and take care of White Hill in Nova Scotia, which eluded me the last time. Um, it would be fantastic if I could get up to northern Newfoundland, but I don't think that's going to happen at the moment. This coming year, I think that's going to have to wait. But the reality is, I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is a big project. And because I'm in school right now, in addition to my regular day job, I recently had to quit teaching at the gym because I could not keep up with everything. I'm like, how am I going to find time to plan? How am I going to find time to train? How am I going to make this happen? The thing is, and I learned this early on in life, when I was raising a child and going to school at the same time, there is never an opportune time for anything. You always just have to try and do the things that you want to do when you have the energy to do them. And sometimes that means things like sleeping a little less, doing a little more here so you can do a little less there. Sometimes it means changing what your priorities are. For example, I love teaching at the gym and it gives me so much, and it's something that I really had missed dearly from the time that I quit working at Boulders until the time I started working at Joe Rockheads. But the truth is, as much as it gave me, right now I needed the time back a little bit more. And so stopping doing that gave me the bit more time to focus on school so I can get done that more quickly, and to focus on some of the aspects of work that have been taking some of my time outside of office hours so that I can get through that, so that hopefully I will have the time that I need to allocate to this project, because this project is incredibly important to me. My career progression, fantastic. My personal achievements, as far as, life, the universe, and everything, that's going well, and that's something that does mean a lot to me. But ultimately, I want to complete this. I want to be able to have those experiences learning about the people and the places that my grandparents visited, and, you know, seeing all the wonderful sites that there are here in Canada. Um, and so, with that, despite the fact that I'm experiencing a buttload of doubt right now, I'm going to keep trying to push through and really just focus on planning one trip at a time and getting things laid out so that, the future of the project isn't jeopardized by the fact that I hit my head and suddenly realized I was mortal. Anyway, um, those are my thoughts for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please do feel free to comment. Bye bye.